I actually would like to ask you, where can people listen to your podcast?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, anywhere you listen to podcasts, it's available through all podcast platforms. And just search for the term happier at work and you should find it.
Okay, okay. All right. So I'm sure people are definitely going to listen to it, and especially women, because, you are supporting women and you are uplifting them. So that's really something. And
thank you.
So if my next question to you is, I actually would like to talk to you about, the misogyny and sexism that happened with you, at workplace. But before that, I actually would like to talk about now happy at work. So the name happier at work is quite contrary to what actually happens in real life, because, whenever we think about after the weekend gets over, we think about, oh, now it's Monday today, so it really makes it gives us all the blues. So
in Ireland, we have this thing called the Sunday night fear. So it's kind of like the fear of you have work on a Monday, so it's not something that you look forward to. So I can totally relate to that.
Yeah. So, but what would you suggest people? So, how should even though people get, they do jobs, just few of them, they do jobs just for for them financial benefit and to satisfy their financial needs. But if I ask you, so how can people actually be happy at work? What would you like to suggest people?
Yeah, absolutely. And I suppose I'll talk about two different perspectives, and I'll kind of focus on the area that you're talking about, specifically, Rajni. So if you think about it from two different perspectives, there's the organizational perspective, first of all, which is like, why would an organization focus on having happier people at work? Like, why should they care? And typically organizations focus much more on profits, and they care more about those kinds of things. And I suppose there's maybe a twofold argument to this. By creating a happier work environment for people, well, first of all, it's the right thing to do. And we spend so much time at work that if you're happy at work, then it trickles into other aspects of your life, that you don't have that dread on a Sunday night when you know you have work on a Monday morning. You're actually happy doing what it is that you're doing. People perform better when they're happy at work, and so ultimately, and they're going to stay in your organization for longer. So it does end up being a profit making thing, is to create a happier work environment. So that's from the company's perspective. From the individual's perspective, then, typically we don't associate work and happiness in the same sentence, and people think then like, oh, that's why they call it work, is because it's work. It's not, you don't go to work to be happy. But because we spend so much of our time at work, we derive a lot of our identity and a lot of our fulfillment and a lot of our meaning for our life from the work that we do. And you're so right in saying, it comes down to money. Again, people do a specific job because it gives them money. But I think money can only get you to a certain level of happiness. And beyond that, it's more about the meaning that you have. And so how can people be happier? It goes back to what I was talking about, this element of fit and finding something that really fits you. So understanding yourself, first of all. So who am I as a person? What do I value in life? And what contribution do I want to make as an individual to the world? I'm a big problem solver. So if I think about, like, for me, what makes me happy is solving problems. And what is the biggest problem I see is that so many people are not happy at work. And I'm here to solve that problem. And that gives me a great sense of purpose. The other thing is making sure that your needs are being satisfied at work. So what needs do you have as an individual? Do you need flexibility at work? And then being able to feel safe to share what those needs are, and to ask, whether that's asking your boss, asking the leadership, can you get those, how can you get those needs satisfied? The other thing that gives us a great sense of happiness at work is when we work to our strengths. So if I go back to my own example, and when I first set up the business, I was very much focused on coaching, but actually I had spent 17 years in an industry analyzing data and really, it's something I'm good at and something I'm interested in doing. It's one of my strengths. So I'm bringing more of what I really enjoy doing into my job by analyzing data, by using data to make better decisions at work. So those three elements, if you want to focus on those, or maybe just pick one, in what area are you feeling frustrated at work, and therefore how can you improve?
I mean, and these are some amazing tips that you actually gave, and people can, if they imply these tips in their life, so they can actually be happy at work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, true.